the #1 team in the country, that's Alabama. They headed to Fayetteville to take on the number 10 Arkansas Razorbacks, and probably their stiffest test of the season. First drive for the Razorbacks, 50 seconds into the game. Ryan Mallett to Ronnie Wingo, 43 yards, and Wingo's in the end zone. It's 7-0 Pig Suey, but Bama would respond. Mark Ingram, he does not look like he was ever injured this year. The 2009 Heisman Trophy winner, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling to the end zone, 54 yards, and the Crimson Tide of Alabama, they tied up at 7 apiece as they silence the Razorback faithful. Second quarter, 10-7 lead for Pig Suey, but Ryan Mallett giving it right back to Alabama as an interception from Robert Lester. But McElroy, he's feeling very courteous as well. He gives it back to Arkansas as Andrew Stewart picks it off. He's frustrated with himself, but Bama's down 10-7 at the break. Third quarter, they trail 20-7, and they get the Wildcat going with Mark Ingram. Look at the block right there from Preston Dials, springing Ingram loose for a 19-yard gain. One play later, after a false start penalty, they get Trent Richardson out on a screen pass. And have you ever heard of a better 1-2 back combo with Mark Ingram and Trent Richardson in college football? I know there's been some good ones, but that's a pretty darn good 1-2 punch there as Richardson gets into the end zone. It's 20-14 Arkansas. Third quarter, Razorbacks lead 20-17. Under 5 to go. What is Ryan Mallett forcing it into coverage for? Look who it is though. Robert Lester again. And he dipsy-doos and dunkaroos all the way inside the 15-yard line. 3 plays later, Mark Ingram again punching this one into the end zone. His second touchdown of the game. He had 157 yards on 24 carries, and eventually Ryan Mallett, a late interception, would end it. Dre Kirkpatrick, where are you, my friend? On the sideline, look at him get the 2 feet in bounds, and Alabama, they stand unbeaten. They win 24-20. Let's go to Austin, Texas, baby. It's the 7th-ranked Horns in UCLA. Second quarter, Texas up 3-0. Jeff Locke punting, Curtis Brown fumbling. And UCLA, I almost said USC. UCLA pounces on it and they recover. 2 plays later, they would get in the end zone. Kevin Prince rolling out, finding Ricky Marvray for the touchdown. And looky, UCLA has a 7-3 lead. Third quarter, they lead 13-3. Look at Jonathan Franklin weaving his way through the Texas defense. 19 carries, 118 yards, and that 11-yard touchdown. It's 20-3 UCLA. They're up 20-6 when Kevin Prince, the immobile quarterback, look at him go! And he's gone! 38 yards for the touchdown. UCLA ran for 264, and they run up Texas 34-12 the final. To Knoxville we go. Not really many game highlights here, but the play of the week comes from Matt Sims to Denarius Moore. Look at the effort going. Full extension for the touchdown in Tennessee. They come back to win. UAB put up 544 of total offense on the Vols, but nevertheless, the orange and white, they advance with the victory in double overtime, 32-29. Let's go to Bear Down as Nick Foles and the 14th-ranked Wildcats take on Cal. If you like field goals, you were in luck because this was a field goals galore game. Look at the catch in the end zone from Chris Conti for Cal. It's 6-0 sturdy Golden Bears at the half. Fourth quarter, Cal's up 9-3. Arizona just starts, they need a prayer here. Well, Jerron Kreiner, he answers it. 51 yards inside the 15-yard line. That sets up. 40 seconds later, Nick Foles, trying to come into his own as maybe a Heisman quarterback. Well, go back to Kreiner, 3-yard touchdown. Arizona leads for the first time in the match, 10-9. And then their defense comes up big with under a minute to go. Kevin Riley going over the middle, trying to find Marvin Jones off the hands, and Joseph Perkins picks it off. That ends it. Arizona, you could say they did escape at home. They ended up fumbling on the play. They would recover, but Mike Stoops and the Wildcats escape with a 10-9 victory. Let's go to Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge as LSU, 15th ranked team in the country, hosting West Virginia. There's Stephen Ridley. He'd be probably the only offensive output that LSU would get in this game. Pounds it into the end zone from a yard out, and LSU's up 7-0 early on. Second quarter, they're up 10-0. Here's Patrick Peterson, very talented player for the Tigers, and TIGERS, LSU. They lead 17-0 off the 60-yard punt return. But what are you doing the Heisman for, Patrick? Get out of here. You're not even close to the Heisman race. Third quarter at 17-7 LSU, Jock Sanders igniting some life into West Virginia. 13-yard touchdown from Geno Smith. 20-14 LSU. Mighty Mouse trying to make a comeback, but Stephen Ridley runs it out in the end with this 8-yard first down. He had 20 carries for 116. LSU still unbeaten, and they beat West Virginia 20-14. The Mad Hatter doing things right in LSU country. Let's go to the Smurf Turf, Oregon State and Boise State. Chris Peterson, you know he's always good for a couple trick plays. Here, reverse pass to Tommy Gallardo, 6-yard touchdown. Gallardo, his 5 receptions this year, 2 of them are touchdowns. Boise State leads 7-0. They lead 17-10 second quarter. Kellen Moore looking deep, going deep, finding, well, Titus Young is wide open. There's no one even near him. 49 yards for the touchdown. Boise's up 24-10 at the break. Give credit to Oregon State, though. They came in to the Smurf Turf, and they gave Boise State a run for their money. But here, Kellen Moore just so accurate, finding Tyler Shoemaker for the 21-yard touchdown. And again, Oregon State, they would keep it close. Look at this play from Ryan Katz rolling out, finding Darrell Catchings. He catches, but fumbles, and Joe Halahouni recovers in the end zone. But again, Oregon State would fall short, 37-24 to final. Moore threw for 288 and 3 touchdowns. He has 8 touchdowns and just 1 interception on the season. Let's go to War Eagle country. Jordan-Hare Stadium as the old ball coach looking to beat Auburn on the road. First quarter, though, Cam Newton. Now, I know he wasn't a household name to start the season, but he's turning himself into a player. Look at the full extension dive to the end zone. 7-0 War Eagle on top. But the old ball coach, he wouldn't be down for very long. Steven Garcia going to the end zone. Alshon Jeffrey, 30 yards for the touchdown. Jeffrey had a sensational game. 9 catches, 120 yards, and 2 touchdowns. South Carolina leads 20-14 in the third quarter here, but Cam Newton just pounding it out on the ground. 25 carries, 176 yards, and 3 touchdowns from a quarterback? That's right, Auburn leads 21-20, but Gamecocks respond. Steven Garcia to Torrey Gurley, touchdown, 3 touchdowns passing from Garcia. South Carolina up 27-21, but again, Auburn comes back. Cam Newton, play fake. Philip Lutzenkirchen, Pilsners for everyone. Auburn takes the lead, 28-27. They lead 35-27, under 40 seconds to go. Steven Garcia trying to manufacture a comeback drive, but not here, as Alshon Jeffrey couldn't get to it. Damon Washington picks it off. Auburn, they stay unbeaten as Steve Spurrier comes up just a bit short in their victory, and then trying to get the victory at Auburn. 35-27 the final. A great weekend of college football once again. I went through what, 7 games? I mean, there were a lot of great games this week. We got some big ones this week. Alabama, Florida, Stanford, Oregon. I'm hoping Notre Dame goes to 1-4 as they lose at Boston College. We'll have to see about that. Michigan State, Wisconsin, Penn State, Iowa. So many great games on the slate. Keep it locked here on the KITCHEL Sports Network. We'll have highlights coming up next week. Don't go anywhere. I'll always be here, right here on the KITCHEL Sports Network.